Hello guys, Jake Raby here, Raby Engine Development, home of Flat 6 Innovations and air-cooled technology. So what we have here is a bit of an odd case because this engine is a test engine that I actually built 13 years ago for the development of a roller camshaft and lifter arrangement for the Porsche 914 engine that we use for Type 4 conversions into 356s, Beetles, 912s, and of course now going back into the 914 because the 914s are actually worth money now, and we see more 914 engines going into 914s than we used to. So this engine has 13 years of time under its belt, and it's seen the roller cam and lifter arrangement, my third generation of that, the entire time. I'll be showing you a little bit more of that later on because now after all these years, I'm ready to start using this more mainstream because after 13 years, I kind of consider it proven. Don't know about you guys, but I think it's proven after 13 years. So this engine also used LN Engineering Nickies, Nickies cylinders, okay? And just kind of want to show you guys what these cylinders look like after 13 years, okay? So I haven't cleaned anything up. This is exactly the way that it came out of operation, and they're beautiful, okay? People are going to ask me how many miles are on the engine. I don't really know because for a lot of the time, the test car had a broken odometer, and the rest of the time, the odometer was wrong. 13 years, I know that a couple of years I drove this car 14,000 miles in a year. I would guess it probably has in the neighborhood of 60,000 miles on it if I had to guess. And you can see it's not clean, but it also wasn't leaking oil. Okay, so that's one of my calling cards. One of my trademarks is nothing leaking oil, and you can see even the rear seal wasn't leaking any oil. It's still in place. So I'm going to go ahead and tear the rest of the engine down, but I just kind of wanted to show you what I had here on the short block of things before I got it all apart. And, I showed you the cylinders, and now look at the pistons. So the pistons look excellent. We did not put any coatings on here. You can see that it was running nice and cool. The backside of those pistons has not gotten a lot of burned oil on it. That's one way we can tell if the engine's been hot. This engine never saw a cylinder head temp over about 365. So that's really good. Taking a little bit of a peek in here, we can see that, it's got something going on with roller cam and lifters, right? And this engine was basically built out of all used parts when I put it together. It was not something that I really built to go 13 years, but it just did such a good job that I decided to keep on running it. And I only decided to pull it out of the car because we need to use this engine for more of our SUMEBore cylinder technology development, which you see here. This is one of the SUMEBore cylinders. So the engine will be going from Nickies over to SUMEBore, and we're actually going to end up reusing the LN Engineering Nickies cylinders to do that. So we're going to take these cylinders, we're going to strip the Nickies plating from them, and then we're going to do the spray plasma coating, basically, which is known as SUMEBore. That I've been hearing so much about, and we've been sharing so much about. This will be our third SUMEBore test engine from the air-cooled side of things, okay? We've got a 9 Alpha 1, a M96 Porsche, all those sorts of things as well, okay? But this engine did not come out of the car for 13 years. Quite a bit of time to be in service for something built out of used parts that's basically a test specimen. So just wanted to come to you live here. I'm going to get the thing taken apart, and I'm going to come live again once I've got the crankcase halves split. I want to show you what the engine looks like inside, considering the fact that it has only ran the driven DT50 oil the entire time the engine has been together. So I worked with Joe Gibbs in the early days with that, with Lake Speed Jr. At the helm there, and we developed the DT50 oil using this engine as one of our test engines. So I'll be showing you what it looks like on the inside here really quick. Now you can just see that's some oil that came out of it. While I was disassembling it, the oil is still clean. I went a long time on oil service intervals with this engine just because it was something I was driving and I kind of wanted to abuse it. So we'll see what it looks like inside, considering it has 13 years on DT50. So follow along here at Raby's Air-Cooled Technology while we tear the rest of this engine down, and I'll come back after a while to show you what we found on the inside.